Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
All right, let's do it. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Yep.
Oh, no! We suck again!
From the soccer game last night, and it's over.
You know what's crazy is with all that drama, and we talked about the drama a lot.
Yeah.
Trump was talking about it and all that stuff. I totally forgot to even think about turning on the TV. I totally forgot about it until I woke up this morning. The game.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I admit, I was doing a bunch of yard work. It took longer than I thought. I get in, showered or whatever. Then I'm like, oh, yeah, that game's probably coming on. I forgot what time it was on. So I tune in just in time to see they're celebrating the goal, the one goal that the United States got. Mm-hmm. Then I watch it 2 minutes later, and, of course, Belgium scores again. Mm-hmm. And then, listen, and I know soccer fans can email and educate me on the beauty of the game and all that. The next several minutes is nothing but boredom for me. I'm just checking out my phone. I'm looking at other things. I know there's nonstop action, but it's like a pass here, a pass there. It's kicked over this side. It's like there's no shots on goal.
No.
You're just kind of waiting for it to happen. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm not a soccer fan. I'm one of those people that would only tune in on an occasion like this.
Well, I thought today when I woke up, I said to myself, well, I don't have to pay attention to soccer anymore like usual.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think.
And then, by the way, if you love soccer, I get it. I understand, okay? I'm not downing soccer. You want to play soccer, you love soccer, fine by me.
No, for the people that say, I think boring or baseball is boring, I understand why they think that. If you played it since you were 4 years old, there's nuances that you can watch and be into it. I get all of that.
Well, there's also a pitch clock. You can only step out so many times. I mean, the game does move much quicker now.
But again, it's not to get into an argument about what's for whatever. No. It's just if it's not your thing, right. I mean, I'm never going to love soccer. So, yes, we're back to it now.
Do the clock right. Set it for 15 minutes or whatever and count it down.
You don't like the count up
Added
to 45.
time. I don't even understand it.
Yeah. So now this part's over, and the prediction will be soccer is the future of America, and it's not going to happen.
I saw a guy in Outkick today that had a poll that started, what's more likely to happen in the next 50 years? Browns win a Super Bowl, U.S. men win World Cup.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it could be Browns win Super Bowl.
And then
we're way behind in that world right now.
With big news from the Democratic Party with what's going on in Maine.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Well, yes, you do.
Yep.
Because you got another crazy candidate. But man, oh man, this is like next level. You knew something else was coming with Graham Plattner. You didn't know it was going to be, he basically raped me.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Got into a woman's house that he had been seeing kind of casually through a dating app or whatever, a hookup app, and then forced himself on her despite her saying no over and over again. That's her side of the story.
Well, Jake Tapper had the interview on CNN. It's like Politico breaks the story. Mm-hmm. She's talking to Jake Tapper, and then he phrases the question this way.
Did Graham Plattner rape you?
By definition, yes. Absolutely.
Because he had non-consensual sex with you.
Yeah.
Forced himself on you. Mm-hmm. Even after you had told him no and fought him off.
Yeah. He violated multiple layers of consent that night.
Man. I don't know what was up with Jake Tapper's microphone there.
I don't know. The pool room. He was in the swimming pool room changing, getting ready to go out.
I had people texting me, did Robbins go monkey buttons on Jake Tapper's mic?
You know what? I've had enough of that crap. I had nothing to do with any of that.
That's what I said.
Nothing.
Robbins had nothing to do with it. That's what I said. He did not go monkey buttons there. That's not on him.
Dang.
But this Jenny Rancico then went into sort of what happened that night, that they had texted earlier in the day, and she told him, I don't want you to come over. But she left her door unlocked, and then he just kind of comes upstairs, and she's on the couch, and...
So he had kind of, jumped on top of me and indicated that he had intentions that were sexual in nature. And I remember just at first being like, hey, I'm not into this. I'm not in the mood. Don't, whatever. And it got to the point where I was like, okay, I feel like I've said this enough times. He's not listening to me or he's not hearing me. And I looked at him, and I remember this very specific look in his eyes, and I could smell alcohol, and I was like, this is different. He is heavily intoxicated. Like, and that blank stare was kind of like a photographic memory that I still have of that night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then that happens.
Mm-hmm. You know,
boy.
I don't know what actually happened that night. I think, man, it is, though, and not to defend Graham Plattner, because that guy is a walking red flag.
100%. Mm-hmm.
That being said, man, the timing of all of this is just very suspect. It's like, okay, now you've got, because like everyone was standing by him when it was him sexually assaulting or being rough with Lindsay Feifeld. Right?
Yes.
Everything was fine then. It's like, oh, well, she's a conservative, so it doesn't really matter. Don't believe all women anymore. Everything was fine when it's, well, he has a Nazi tattoo, but he was a war hero and he made mistakes. What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Everything was cool when he's talking about la 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 in the porta potty.
Yeah.
That's all fine and good. When he's besmirching the character of a Purple Heart recipient, that's all fine.
Yeah.
But now suddenly when, his polling looks terrible against Susan Collins,
mm-hmm.
and they've got a week to go before they can replace him on the ballot, suddenly this story hits with a week to go.
Well, not only that, and I'm not saying this woman's not telling the truth. I'm not saying that at all.
She might be. I believe her personally.
Yeah. When she says then the morning after and he's trying to put his arm around her, she's like, no, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember anything about last night? Anyway, no. And how does Jake Tapper just get the exclusive? Just like that.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's also suspect.
You've got a lot of, I guess you would call them non-socialist Democrats.
Yes.
And there are some socialist Democrats who are saying, like even Mamdani was like, yeah, he's got to get out of the race. But a lot of these people who are more the establishment types are suddenly like, yes, our party has no place for a man like this. Instead, we're going to wholeheartedly support the guy who volunteered for Al-Qaeda.
Exactly.
Like, okay.
Yeah, no kidding.
Really, the only criteria they had, and the only thing that was done is how much do you hate Trump?
Well, here's something else.
They didn't dig into him.
Here's something else with this whole thing. They're trying to say, listen, this has nothing to do with politics because she likes his progressive politics and she wants someone like him, right? Okay, that's part of the machine to me.
Yeah.
Because the other, accusation came from a woman that they could all get behind and say, well, this is a political operative.
Yeah.
And this woman isn't that. But if it's just about getting to the truth and believing all women, no one tried to get the other woman? I felt no one tried to get her on camera?
Nope.
Because it is different when you see a woman telling the story than it is just reading it in print.
Well, and then when the New York Times ran that story about the first accuser who went public, they spent most of that article explaining her resume instead of actually explaining what she was saying happened.
Exactly.
And she put out a tour de force today on X talking about how, they talked to two friends. Those two, I explicitly told them, would not have any knowledge of how he treated me. But they could confirm that I was with him for those years, for that period of time. But she goes, but I gave them 5 names, and they never talked to the other people.
Right.
They knew about this Jenny's story, the New York Times did, but they didn't run it down.
No.
Like, what?
No. They were trying to add their sort of protection at the time.
Yeah.
And then the other part, think about this, with the Joe Biden accuser, who is also credible. Mm-hmm. Did anybody talk to her in legacy media?
No. Morning Joe came closest, and that's because they talked to Joe Biden.
Yes. But no, that wasn't even a story.
No.
So my point is, yes, if legacy media, the failing New York Times, CNN, all of them, wanted to bury this the best they could, they could.
Mm-hmm.
But when Politico runs it, and then you've got CNN right on top of it same day, yeah, that crap's coordinated, dude. And I know Plattner came out and he had his, pre-recorded statement. I don't see how this is going to do him any good at all. I mean, I can play part of it for you to see what is this just good acting or
any accusation of non-consensual behavior is categorically false. Over the last 10 months, I have been deeply humbled by the faith Mainers have put in me. You have welcomed me into your homes, into your places of work, into your restaurants, into your houses of worship. You have shown that a different kind of politics, one that puts the interests of people over corporations, is not just possible, but is inevitable. So, regardless of the inaccuracy of the reporting, but mindful of the political reality it will inflict, we are taking the time to reflect on the best path forward for the state that I love, the people that I love, the movement I belong to, and the goal of defeating Susan Collins.
So yeah, you're going to be out.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it all
What
comes
path
down to.
forward?
Yeah, right.
There isn't one.
No. I mean, does anyone think at all there's a chance he stays in?
Maybe. I mean, he might win. I don't know.
Well, he's not going to win the general election. But will he stay in? I don't know. I think this is probably going to just turn out to be another example of Democrats not trusting their voters and parachuting somebody in at the last moment. And if he does stay in, they'll do it and then try to launch some massive write-in campaign probably.
Kamala Harris just moved to Maine. Breaking news.
So you have a flashback, David?
Oh, I do, because, man, remember we played this and Scott was beside himself because of the way this guy talks. These are the people that recruited Graham Plattner to run, talking to, I believe it was the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, that's right, the guy.
Craziest male vocal fry you'll ever hear.
That's the guy. Yes.
How did you go about vetting him? And why did you?
We paid a nice firm a whole chunk of money and got some stuff back.
Okay.
Some of what you've seen on the news we got back. Other stuff we didn't.
Did the vetting process turn up the tattoo that became so controversial?
No.
And what was your
Clearly the
thinking
voters
there?
agree. I think if what the voters wanted were people who were grown in vats and had never done or said anything that they might regret their entire lives, we'd have a very different country. Part of our thesis here is that people do not want their candidates grown in vats.
Oh,
they want
stop it.
people who are real human beings, and they want people who do not look and sound like the
you.
grown people who've been leading this country off a cliff for the last century. And that was Graham.
Man. That is so awful.
That's a leader of men is what that is.
No, it's not.
Leader of men.
It's like he's putting me on.
Right?
It is.
Like he's punking you?
It's like just, I'm getting punked by this guy.
Four scores and 7 years ago.
And there's a strain to it. As well as a fry, there's a strain.
This is Sparta.
Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
It's all good till he starts talking. Wow.
Imagine a woman going on the first date with that guy.
God.
Well, I don't think there's any fear of that happening,
No
but if
way.
it did happen,
What do you do?
not a movie.
Beautiful.
The 5 stories we're watching today, straight ahead right here.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins, and now the 5 stories we're watching today.
All right, ex-Florida Democrat governor, nominee, Andrew Gillum. Remember him? He barely lost to Ron DeSantis, and then right afterward got busted with a male prostitute and a bunch of drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's been arrested again for drug possession, this time in Alabama. Yeah. Number 4, bullet dodged, by the way, Florida. Good job, all the voters who started turning that state from a swing state to a solid red state.
Yeah.
Number 4, 4 energy companies have officially re-domiciled from Delaware to Texas as the flight from blue states continues. Number 3, Democrat Senate candidate Graham Plattner is facing calls to drop out of the race and let another person run before next Monday's deadline, not because of the Nazi tattoo or the smearing of a Purple Heart recipient, fantasizing about raping a burglar, or abusing an ex-girlfriend. No, it's now that his polling numbers are bad. They decided to believe another woman who accused him of sexual assault with a week to go.
That's something, isn't it?
And then number 2, at least 3 tankers were struck by projectiles in the Strait of Hormuz. Why are we messing around with this still? Oh, my gosh. I'm so frustrated by this entire thing.
So you're just ready to go finish the job.
It's like, go finish the job, or just say, all right, we're gonna take the L and leave. I don't know. This whole diplomacy thing is not going. It's not working.
Do you think once the midterms are over, then it's going to be like, all right, we're finishing the job. Enough of this.
I mean, yeah, I get the practical and political realities of at least trying to get some traffic through the Strait of Hormuz and sort of going through this dance with Iran until then. Yeah, it's frustrating still, though. And then number 1, President Trump is in Turkey for a NATO meeting. We'll see what comes out of that.
Yeah, I've heard some different rumblings around that.
Got to pay your bills, folks.
Yeah, and different people saying, admit it. NATO, you got to admit it. Trump was right all along. Some are, actually.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think you're ever going to get them all to admit that, but, plenty are. I thought you would get a kick out of this. I honestly don't care a whole lot about the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce wedding, other than the things that I would see that I find interesting. Like, oh my gosh, the ego here. It's unreal. The narcissism. But there was a big A-lister who apparently tried to jockey for an invite that never came. Did you hear about this? Who it was?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my goodness. Like saying actors, musicians, billionaires, television stars, people who were calling favors and working every connection they had to get invited because it was such a status symbol. And they tried and tried, but just never made the cut, and that would be Meghan Markle.
You don't want the drama.
Oh, my gosh. That here you are, you married a royal, and then you cut that out. Because, boy, you just didn't want any part of that. It was just too ugly. But you still want to be the A-lister. And jockeying around to get an invite, and they're like, no, thanks.
She's unbelievable. She's unbelievable.
Her request for an invitation actually did say, although I would like you to please respect my privacy.
Of course, because that always has to be respected.
She's unreal.
Yes.
She is unreal. A climber on steroids.
But the other funny quote from a source in this said Taylor and Travis weren't inviting people for headlines. It was genuinely people they wanted to celebrate with. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
Really?
Come on.
I read the whole list of everybody yesterday. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
It's like all you people deserve each other.
Yeah. Travis Kelce just really wanted to celebrate his new life with the woman he says he loves with Ice Spice, I'm sure. Yeah.
100%. Yes. All right, David, biggest story of the day. I think I know this one.
I mean, just on the home front, it's what's happening in Maine, where you've got Graham Plattner now accused of impropriety by a second woman, well, at least a second woman. And now the Democrats are turning on him because they're like, hey, we got less than a week before the deadline. We got to get somebody else in there now.
Yes. Also got to get to an update on Greenland. President Trump.
What?
Yes. And around to What's Your Story straight ahead right here. Van Camp and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. So an update on Greenland, David.
Yes, well, President Trump, he is in Turkey for the NATO summit going on. A lot of interesting things to talk about. And someone brought up Greenland. Because, the president was real hot and heavy on getting Greenland for a while there. But we wondered if, maybe he had just sort of forgotten about it and let it go. Well, no, sir, he did not.
Okay.
Well, that's what hurt my relationship with NATO, because Greenland doesn't help Denmark. Denmark doesn't spend money to really help Greenland, but it's an important part for the United States. And it's surrounded by China ships and Russian ships. And that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It was Greenland that, and it continues to be, that should be controlled by the United States, not by Denmark. And when they wouldn't go along with it, and with all the money we spend to help them with Russia, and we don't have to spend any money, we could remove all of our soldiers out of Europe. Because as you probably noticed, Europe's a very different place than it was 20 years ago. A lot different, much different. It's a much different, and they better be careful with immigration and energy. If they're not careful with those two things, you're not going to have a Europe anymore. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
And there you go.
You can't argue with anything he just said.
No.
You really can't. And it is people on the left that will hear something like that and say, this is why we're embarrassed on the world stage. Mm-hmm. He's just a bully. Well, you're a mark for these people and have been for years. You've been taken advantage of. He was just the guy that pointed it out and says, I don't do that.
Yes.
I've been negotiating deals my whole life.
Well, and after Russia invaded Ukraine, guess who got proven right? It was Donald Trump. And American media were laughing along with the Germans when President Trump stood up at the UN and said, hey, you got to figure out something with your energy production because right now you are, and he didn't say these exact words, but the gist was, right now you are Russia's female dog.
100%. And they laughed.
Yes.
And then you saw it happen in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is true. Good for him. Well, it'll be interesting to see how all this plays out in Maine. A lot of times, for the rest of the country, a Senate race in Maine is not going to get this much attention. But because of everything that has transpired and where we're at right now, a lot of attention is getting paid to this with Graham Plattner and what looks to be a legit accusation of rape. But boy, they're very careful not to use that terminology with legacy media. And it does seem that from the failing New York Times, Lulu Garcia Navarro Smugwinch is a little bent out of shape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because back in May, she talked to Plattner and asked him at the time.
The GOP is going to dig up everything and more that they can.
Yeah, and probably lie at some point.
Is there something new you want to get ahead of?
No,
nothing else.
Yeah.
Well, so she was on with Jake Tapper yesterday, after all this broke. Go ahead, David. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, this is not a GOP play. If there is a coordinated play here because of the deadline coming up next Monday, it's from Democrats because they're looking at the polling and realizing, oh my gosh, Susan Collins is going to run away with this thing against Graham Plattner because the guy's a nut.
The way I understood it, the GOP play was going to be in September.
Yeah, and they wanted him to be locked in on the ballot.
Right. But this is Tapper with Lulu yesterday.
What do you make of Graham Plattner's campaign basically attacking this group trying to help survivors of sexual abuse?
It sounds like the desperate gasp of a dying campaign. I mean, this is not the first allegation. This is not the second allegation. This is a series now of allegations that are credible, that have been well reported in the mainstream media with reporters who have investigated them, who have corroborated the information.
I wouldn't call it well reported.
Yeah, I there's some CYA happening right there.
Oh, yeah.
And now this woman is coming out publicly to you and to others to tell her story. And so at this point, I do not see a path forward for Graham Plattner and his campaign. And, you know, the question here is, what did they know and when did they know it?
Well, you guys knew it.
Right.
At the failing New York Times. And part of that was, well, the main accuser here is a GOP operative. So you really can't believe her. That's what you were saying.
Right.
The believe all women people saying, well, except this one.
Yes.
Because she seems to be conservative. But now you can't do that. But again, this is part of the play.
Everybody knew this. MSNBC knew this. Everybody knew it.
Well, this is what I would think. They may have known of the accusations. What they may not have known is that there was an actual person that was going to go out in front of cameras and tell the story.
Well, you may be right about that.
That is a whole different ballgame.
Because I don't think they had any designs on replacing Plattner. I mean, they certainly do now. I mean, I think there was a plan in place, though, just in case.
Well, establishment Democrats were probably coming up with the plan.
I think so, yeah. And also, again, I will never be unconvinced that the biggest thing that spurred this new allegation on and got this story out there in the public is because they were looking at the polling and seeing that, not only because usually it's like, what's the magic number for Susan Collins in past elections? If she's polling at 45, she'll win
44
by 2,
or 45, something
45,
like that.
She'll win by 2 or 3 or more than that.
Yeah.
And when they had polling out that was showing consistently, not only was she hitting that magic number, she was getting over 50% in the polling.
Yeah.
Then it's like, all right, we got to jettison this nut.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Fast. It's a dirty game, man. It's not like we don't already know that. It just rears its ugly head again. All right, it's that time. We do it a couple of times a day. Go around the table. May not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. You want to bring it in. David, today, what's your story?
Well, speaking of last-minute candidate replacements, Kamala Harris in the news. Channel 4 in the UK, they went to Georgia to talk to voters about the 2028 presidential election. Out of the 8 people, only one person said they would support Kamala Harris in 2028. The others, not so much.
Not surprised.
Would you vote for her in the next election? Now, I noticed some of you, I think, voted for her last time, Michael.
Yeah, I would not. The only reason why I voted for her because her name was on the ticket. But again, and I didn't want to vote for Trump. But again, I think she was kind of like the Hail Mary pass at the end of that. The way that the Democrats kind of went through that, I felt like we were cheated out of a primary. Biden said he wasn't going to run again, and he did.
Yep.
And he shouldn't have ran. I can agree with anyone on that.
By her?
She was a token.
She was beyond a token. She was a, yeah.
That's nice Southern lady for her. I'm just not going to say anything that's going to get me in trouble.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I love you back.
The amazing thing, too, is how many Democrats still believe right now, and I know them personally, and I've heard this repeated on the news, that Biden said he would only serve one term. Biden never said that. You could say he implied it maybe by saying, I'm going to be a transitional, I want to get the next generation. But they make it sound like he made this pledge that he would only serve one term. That never happened.
Right.
It's so funny you say that.
Who said that?
Right, because that's how I remember it.
Yeah.
I mean, and he didn't say it.
Right.
But that's exactly how I remember it. Well, didn't Biden say that he wasn't going to run again? Wasn't that part of the deal?
No, you're right. Implied it.
Yeah.
And
But
people
I-
at the time said, well, no, he's not going to run because he can't just come out and say, no, I'm not running again. He can't do that. Was
Can't
the
go in as a
excuse.
lame duck. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Jackie, are you here? Yeah. Where's Jackie?
Oh, gosh.
I didn't think she was going to be here.
I don't know how he could run. He didn't know dead people were dead. Gosh.
I mean,
when they just played a tribute for her.
Right. Has evidence in the past couple of weeks, so he's gotten much sharper.
Of course. All right, Scotty, what do you got for what's your story?
A patriotic woman from Massachusetts took matters into her own hands. Leaders in her state decided to boycott the Great American State Fair. They were mad at President Donald Trump and showed no mercy. She said, I came here to represent Massachusetts because I didn't want the public to walk into an empty room. I guess that's what's happening. If your state doesn't, if they fail to do anything, it's like the banner's there and you walk in, there's no one in the room.
That's exactly it.
Yeah,
I saw coverage of it, yeah.
She's like, we're not going to do this. So she's there. She's got a little table set up with some brochures, and people come in and they talk to her about Massachusetts. She said, I didn't think this was a partisan thing at all. She said it's Freedom 250, and it's an event for all Americans to learn about the states that are in the Union. And, you know, I felt like it was my duty as a citizen to at least be somewhat there to greet people when they come in.
Mm-hmm.
So the other states did not follow suit. They just have empty rooms. Illinois, Michigan being two of them.
One of my best buddies, he and his wife went there and went through it. And he said for the ones that had nothing there, it was embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. I agree with you.
Because the other states, I mean, they're giving stuff away and so happy you're here.
Right.
And well, here's everything in our state. It's this cool thing. And then the others are just,
Yeah, there's no one there.
They should just have a sign that says TDS.
Yes.
Right. That's exactly what it is. We hate Trump, so we're not going.
Exactly. For my story, I wanted to bring this in because, David, it highlights millennials.
Okay.
And what this is people talking online about old person habits that millennials used to make fun of but have realized, you know what, these are pretty good habits to have.
Okay.
One being running. Used to make fun of the older people. That's an old people thing. But apparently there are a lot of millennials that run.
I've never thought of running as an old people thing.
I never thought of it that way either.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who's ever thought, oh, yeah, you're running every morning? Old man. I've never heard that in my life.
Running to the bathroom.
Yeah.
How about eating an early dinner?
Yeah, but I've always been an early dinner kind of guy.
Okay. So you were never like most millennials anyway,
No,
to be
weren't.
honest.
He was not.
That was always the comment that I would hear when I was out somewhere, people talking about the show. Staying home on the weekends.
I am a homebody.
Yes. Well, you say you're an old soul. Not wasting anything. Like keeping. Sometimes maybe, not like Scott. Not like hoarding.
Well, somebody
but,
like me.
But you've got like storage.
Yeah, one storage unit.
Because it used to be more than that, right?
Yes.
That's why it's one, like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
The way you say
it's
that
just
is
one.
funny. Yes. I'm also getting off social media.
Yeah. Well, now it's the older people who are most obsessed with social media. It's sort of like, you basically have your like 15 to 23 crowd, and
Yes.
then there's those the rest of us kind of in the middle, and then it's like the over 60 crowd, hyper engaged in social media.
That's because we're shut-ins, David.
Yeah. Right. I also said listening to music at a normal volume.
Yeah, I can see that.
I still don't do that.
I don't do that either.
Yeah. And then going to bed earlier.
Yeah.
Do you go to bed earlier than you used to?
Oh, definitely. Part of that's because I got little kids, and then by the
Oh,
time
yeah.
I'm getting them in bed, I'm freaking exhausted.
Yeah. You haven't tried prune juice yet, have you?
Well,
uh-oh.
I have tried it, but not because I've been backed up at all. I eat way too much Taco Bell to be backed up.
Mixed it with gin.
Oh, my gosh. We have someone that went to Taco Bell, didn't get what they wanted, so they flashed a gun. Oh, yeah, Nimrod's in the news. You'll like that one coming up. And a news update, just a few.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-576-2024. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-576-2024. That's 800-576-2024.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. You know, you don't need an economist to tell you your money doesn't go as far as it used to. You just go buy groceries or fill up the tank or pay a utility bill. Everybody's feeling it. The question is, what do you do about it? Because sitting around hoping everything magically gets cheaper probably isn't much of a strategy. So before you make any big financial decisions, it's worth getting informed.
Yeah, that's why you should check out Swiss America. They've been helping educate Americans about precious metals for more than 40 years. They've put together a free report called The Secret War on Cash. And when you order it from them, you get no sales pitch, no obligation. You're just getting information explaining why a lot of people are looking at ways to help protect their purchasing power over the long haul.
And you don't want to wait until rising costs force you to start asking questions. Learn about your options. Do it today. Call the text number at at 800-289-2946 or visit SwissAmerica.com/MVCR for your free report. Again, that's 800-289-2646 or SwissAmerica.com/MVCR. Tell them Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins sent you. Message and data rates may apply.
News update, David Van Camp.
Bernie Sanders has put out a statement about Graham Plattner because he'd been really, really quiet ever since these new sexual misconduct, dictionary definition of rape allegations have come out against Graham Plattner. And Bernie's been a big fan of that Senate candidate in Maine, and he's put out a statement. I have spoken with Graham Plattner about the best path forward for Maine. In light of these very serious allegations, I have recommended that he step aside. There you go.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Bernie has spoken.
Well, that was a very good rendition of Bernie. You do it very, very well.
It's been a while. I thought I was going to have to brush the dust off of that one.
Yeah. Like Bernie does. Anyway, we got to get to Nimrods. Here we go.
When the going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrod's the News. We go to Chester, Maryland, where there was an argument over a food order at the old Taco Bell. This involves 30-year-old Ashley Andrews. Ashley was getting a little perturbed at how long her order was taking, apparently. And so then a verbal altercation with restaurant staff begins.
Oh, no.
Yep, they go back and forth a little bit. And according to the deputies and restaurant employees, they said that Ashley became upset and then said, hey, I need it now. How about you meet me outside the parking lot?
Well, now.
By the picture that I'm seeing here, I can see where if she was hungry, she could get perturbed. Anyway, she happens to lift her shirt and put her hand right on a pistol and say, "Yeah, meet me outside."
Oh, buddy.
And, quote, use threatening language toward them. Apparently, she did not have that gun legally, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. Surveillance video, cell phone footage recorded by an employee showed her, again, lifting the shirt, putting her hand on the grip. "Let's go outside." She was arrested and charged with second-degree assault, handgun on person, disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct, and reckless endangerment. And she went to the pokey hungry.
Sweet gal, though.
Oh, yeah, real fine, real catch. And that's Nimrod's in the news.
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Okay, David, this whole story with Graham Plattner in Maine, and it looks like he's probably going to drop out.
Yeah, I think that's, probably going to be the case.
But a lot of people are saying it, and I think we're saying it too, basically. The timing of it is pretty suspect. Not that this woman is not telling the truth, it's not that.
Yeah.
But that it all comes out at the same time after 4th of July weekend, the big 250, and then here we are, and the deadline to change candidates is July 13th.
Yes.
Well, back to something David said earlier, though. I mean, when you talk about all the people that supported him going in, the Bernies and the Liz Warrens and their ilk, that all of a sudden have turned on him. Now, there's got to be more to this, right, than somebody just claiming this happened?
Well, I think they're also wondering what else is going to come out.
And that's possible as well.
But dude, I mean, they see the polling and they realized, okay, our attempt to get, a man's man to try to reclaim the male vote, well, blew up on our faces again because it turns out we picked another nut to do this. And they realize, okay, we don't have really any time to do another primary or something like that, so we'll just tell voters who to vote for.
Exactly.
They're doing it again. They're going to Biden this guy. That's bully him out of a race and circumvent the voters yet again.
But with this time, it's not just that, well, he can't speak because he's senile. Yeah. It's you do have all this stuff that should have already been disqualifying.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, I would say, again, is basically they lied about a candidate until they couldn't anymore.
Yes.
And that's what happened with Biden as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, so Jenny Rasico is the woman who claims that Graham Plattner raped her 5 years ago. And, boy, she was ready to go for her first TV interview last night.
It all goes like Politico. There's rumblings of this yesterday, then boom, and then she's on with Jake Tapper.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, this was timed out. I have no doubt about it. But he brought up, some people might think this is politically motivated.
Okay, roll it.
I couldn't disagree more. That was actually one of the reasons that I didn't come out.
Because you agree with his politics.
I do. I really agree with his politics. I think we need somebody with those political stances and who are willing to do the work. And, I see his political videos. They get me fired up as well. I understand why people want someone like him in office. And I felt like me coming forward would potentially take that away. And I felt really uncomfortable with the responsibility and the weight of my story and what that might do.
When people hear this from you, are you saying you should not vote for him because of what happened?
I'm not going to go as far as to say that. I'm just here to tell my story, to give a clearer picture of who he is and the type of past that he has.
Okay. As I mentioned before, I figured she'd probably tell him the truth. And then there's part of that I listen to, and I'm just being honest. I'm like, okay, this doesn't add up to me.
Yeah.
Well, why now?
Well, dude, now do I know what it's like to be in her shoes? Of course not.
No.
Okay.
I believe her too, but
But
yeah,
imagine someone you feel like raped you, all right?
Mm-hmm.
How can you watch any video of them and say, yeah, I get fired up watching it?
Yeah.
And keep that to yourself all this time.
Well,
until now. I mean, that's...
Well, she didn't keep it to herself. She told a therapist.
Okay.
You have all of that evidence. That's there. What I'm saying is that line she's using there, I'm not buying it.
Well, yeah.
You ever hear a woman talk about someone that cheated on her? Can she ever talk about that guy in glowing terms?
It's pretty difficult. Yeah.
Pretty freaking difficult. Like, that son of a whatever. I can't even imagine that person saying, but I see his political videos and I get fired up.
Well, that's just it, man. I mean, I'm
not buying it.
And I get it. She told the therapist and all that, but she didn't go to the media until right now.
Yeah.
No, but a lot of women, they don't want to be that person. They don't want to be
I understand all of that.
The focal point of that.
I understand all of that. But I also understand you got an election coming up, and I also understand that there's been all kinds of accusations against this guy from the jump.
Oh, yeah.
And if I would have thought she would have said, hey, I got a story for you. I don't know, man.
She was part of the story with the failing New York Times.
Yeah, she just
wasn't
into it. Yeah.
the highlight of it.
I just don't. Okay. Do I believe her? Yes, I believe her. Do I think Plattner's a horrible human being? Yes.
Well,
yeah.
I feel like she's been and I have no evidence of this, but like an answer like that sounds like she's been coached to try to be the perfect victim, right? Like,
yes.
I'm not going to go after the Democrat Party, Democrat voters. It's almost like she's giving people who have supported him an off ramp. Like somebody has coached her to do that. Like say, hey, look, we were all blindsided by this, and we all love Graham Plattner and his public persona. But yeah, there is some real troubling stuff that's behind the scenes now. And now it's okay to acknowledge that.
Yeah. There was another part of that interview, too. Now, listen, she made the decision, I'm going to go on national TV and tell my story, okay? So as far as the rest of us, no, I'm not in her shoes, but you're certainly going to react to what she's saying and see if it makes sense or not. Roll it.
It's long, tells you to never speak to you again about something that you did, and you didn't even ask what you did. So he left. He didn't talk to me, and I waited a couple weeks because I knew that with what had happened, I could have gotten pregnant, and I wanted to wait and to make sure that wasn't the case. And so I waited until that happened, and I sent him kind of like a final send-off message. And
what did it say?
I remember a few pieces of it, and I remember saying that like nothing that happened that night was okay or consensual. And I waited on Instagram. You see when it says seen, and so I gave it a couple days. It said that it was seen, and I still didn't hear back out. And at that point, I blocked him on everything. I deleted his number. I blocked and deleted his text phone number as well, because text and Instagram are, I think, the two ways that we had communication. And I've never heard from him since.
Okay. I don't know, man. You delete all of your text messages?
Yeah.
Like as a way of I need to get over this person after that happened? And everything that led up that night, because you said there were text messages before he basically was breaking and entering your home. All that seems a little bit odd. Yeah. Again, I'm not in her shoes. I don't know what that's like. Yeah. But you got to believe that we're not the only ones that listen to something like that and are scratching their heads with the whole thing. And that's not to say, well, he's innocent. No, he's a bad guy.
He is a bad guy.
He's a bad freaking guy.
He's a horrible guy.
But the way this story is crafted, and I think, yeah, she's got a lot of coaching going on. And this is the Democratic machine at work to get the dude out. I think that is true. David, you want to go with, is this current or a flashback about believe all liberal women?
Oh, this is current.
Oh.
This is, again, this woman is not the first person to make claims about his abusive nature, but she is the first one that the left seems to be taking seriously. MS Now's Antonia Hilton explained why.
Oh, okay.
Part of, I think, what made it complicated for some Democrats to fully believe the woman who was at the center of the last round was that she was associated with right-wing politics. But this woman. I want to read part of what's out here. One of the reasons, she says to Politico, I didn't come forward sooner was the huge moral conflict that I had between supporting his politics. So she is saying, I actually agree with Graham Plattner, his positions, his politics. She's clearly more on the left, but not supporting him as a person.
So the coaching works because you can hear it in real time. Liberals convincing themselves, hey, we were all fooled by this guy.
Right. Yeah, that is true.
That's my kind of man.
Oh, yes, Elizabeth Warren, speaking of Graham Plattner, just not that long ago.
It's her kind of man.
Better believe it.
Yep.
All right. Sonny Hostin in The View making some news.
My gosh, man.
Well, the cows on The View were freaking out about that gay little march in D.C., the Patriot Front guys.
Oh, yeah, they're supposed to be the right-wing extremists, the white nationalists.
Yes, who they're calling for revolution by putting on their sporty little khakis and getting their flags and walking for a few blocks together. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's that Reuters photo of the khaki-clad losers standing on the train with the black woman sitting in the middle. She's sitting down, and all these guys in their face diapers are standing around her. And then it turns out she's actually a menace on public transit.
Who just minutes before had her pants down, was rubbing her
butt on the chairs. Yeah. Sonny Hostin still thinks that photo defines her own life experience.
It defines Sonny's life experience?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, roll it.
As a black woman, my lived experience in this country was embodied by a photograph that was taken in celebrating the 250th.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in this country, people have different lived experiences. So while some may have a lived experience like this is the best country in the world, and while there's some stuff that goes on, other things are okay. That, for me, was a defining image of modern America for black Americans. Yes. Defining. As a black woman, I'm sitting there in my country, and that's the type of fear I have to experience.
Oh, my gosh.
You want to know what the lived experience for a whole lot of people, and I don't care what your race or color or creed is people on public transit being menaces and nobody doing anything about it.
Yeah.
That's actually probably a better situation in deep blue cities, or a better representation of life. When has Sonny Hostin ever been sitting somewhere and felt threatened by a group of white nationalists? When has that ever happened?
That's a great question. I don't know that she could answer that question. And there was another clip of her that was making the rounds.
I saw that one too. Yeah.
And talking about
the flag.
Yes.
Yeah.
The United States flag.
Yeah, this is really something too.
That, what is it? She would feel unsafe or some nonsense.
Unsafe.
I have the clip.
Yeah.
Okay. A neighborhood with a bunch of American flags or something like that. Okay. Roll it.
Said there are times when I walk into a community and I see American flags all over the community, and I suddenly feel unsafe.
Really?
She's an actress, dude.
You just
that's theater.
Shake your head. Don't you?
It's absolute freaking nonsense.
In a country that has made her a multimillionaire.
Where?
Yes. Yeah.
And why?
Yeah, she's afraid.
Right.
Exactly.
And if that were the case, why would that be? Because you've made yourself believe you should be scared on a bunch of false BS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear the actual story, Sonny. Gosh. The race hustlers, it's comical, dude.
No, there's no time out for that. It just continues.
Man, oh, man. Okay. There's more from PMS now, like comical clips to get to, and the 5 stories we're watching today. Straight ahead.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-970-3355. That's 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355.
You don't need an economist to tell you your money doesn't go as far as it used to. Just buy groceries, fill up the tank, or pay a utility bill. The question is, what do you do about it? Sitting around hoping everything magically gets cheaper probably isn't much of a strategy. So before you make any big financial decisions, it's worth getting informed.
That's why you should check out Swiss America. They've been helping educate Americans about precious metals for more than 40 years, and they've put together a free report called The Secret War on Cash. When you request your copy, you get no sales pitch, no obligation, just information explaining why a lot of people are looking at ways to help protect their purchasing power over the long haul.
Learn about your options. Do it today. Call or text 800-289-2646 or visit SwissAmerica.com/MVCR for your free report. Again, that's 800-289-2646 or SwissAmerica.com/MVCR. Tell them Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins sent you. Message and data rates may apply.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. And now, the 5 stories we're watching today.
Number 5, 4 energy companies have officially re-domiciled from Delaware to Texas as the flight from blue states continues. Number 4, at least 3 tankers were struck by projectiles in the Strait of Hormuz. Number 3, here we go again. Number 3, President Trump is in Turkey for a big NATO meeting, and it looks like there's going to be another come to Jesus moment. Number 2, Democrat Senate candidate Graham Plattner facing calls to drop out of the race and let another person run before next Monday's ballot deadline. And then number 1, related to that, somebody's hearing something because apparently a pro-Susan Collins, the Republican running for re-election there, is canceling a pro-Susan Collins group. Pine Tree Results PAC is canceling TV ads that have been booked for starting, I believe, tomorrow or it was Thursday through the 15th. So they know something's happening because it was all anti-Graham Plattner stuff. And they're like, you know what? We're going to cancel that ad buy because that may not be relevant by Thursday.
No kidding.
Somebody
we got
has heard
free
something.
Advertising right now just with news updates.
Absolutely. All right, those are the top 5 stories that we're keeping an eye on today. Brickhouse Nutrition designed lean for frustrated dieters with 10 pounds or more to lose. Let's get you started. 20% off plus free rush shipping. Go to takelean.com. Use promo code MVCR. That's code MVCR at takelean.com.
Okay. This conversation going on online. What old movie would you pass down to youth of today? And they mentioned different ones. Breakfast Club, Heathers, Thelma and Louise, E.T., Nightmare on Elm Street, Pretty in Pink, Shawshank, Misery, terrifying movie.
Ooh, man.
The Sandlot, that's a classic.
Oh, yeah. It was on the other night.
Different ones. Is there anything that comes to mind?
The Sandlot would definitely be one.
Oh, yeah.
What are we passing it down for? For the learning or just for the entertainment value? Or
whatever you think.
A snapshot of culture? Die Hard?
Maybe. Die Hard, yes.
Like Field of Dreams.
Yeah. There is one problem with that. That have a catch thing.
Yeah, nobody talks that way.
No, that's an East Coast thing.
Yeah, I that one bothered me too.
Yeah. You play catch. You don't have a catch.
No, I agree 100% with that one.
Right.
I think probably The Godfather.
Yeah, when a kid gets to a certain age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you say youth, if you're talking about a 10-year-old, probably not. Godfather.
What's wrong with that?
A little bit of a problem there, yeah.
Yeah. Horse head. Yeah, that's a tough one. This has happened. It happened with my daughter's husband. And now that my other daughter is dating someone serious, the word to him was, well, have you watched The Warriors yet with Pops?
That's you.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer was no. I think I've mentioned this before, and then I have to ask, do you want me to recite the whole movie or the lines before they happen?
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, my family does. And then I do the whole thing, and people seem to have a good time with that. I would also say, if someone's playing golf, Tin Cup, just because there are so many great lines in that movie, and it's just absolutely hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Other ones come to mind?
I'm surprised Scott hasn't mentioned Moneyball yet.
I was going to say Moneyball just for the one line.
Which one line?
We're all told we can no longer play the children's game. Some of us are told at 18, others at 40, but we're all told.
Yes.
Every time you come in all busted up from a weekend of playing basketball or something, I recite that line to you.
Yes, we're all told, but some of us you have to tell repeatedly until you can't play anymore. Because I had a guy that played softball into his 70s, and you know what he always said to me? And he was good.
Yeah.
You got to keep playing. If you ever stop, you're done. You have to keep playing until you can't.
Well, until you physically break down enough where you can no longer play. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robin show. The Moneyball line was they were told, and they can't get paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different context, you understand?
Well, yeah, but I mean, the theory is the same.
Yes, to you.
Yeah, I mean, we're all told. Yeah, we're all just told that you can't do this anymore. It's a sad day when that revelation hits you right smack dab in the face. Yeah, but we're all told.
Well, you maybe can't do it as well as you did it before, but you can still go do it.
Well, then when you're embarrassing yourself. My last year of fast pitch softball was embarrassing. It's like the kid pitching was still 20 and I was 42.
I know, but someone is still paying to see Vince Neil sing. Or even David Lee Roth. And I think you should hang it up, but man, I don't know.
David Lee Roth, this needs to be told.
News update next. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Just getting a couple of news updates, and I happen to see this update. It's a Somalian Minnesota state rep candidate by the name of Abdi Dazain.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right.
He owns a daycare that's receiving tax dollars with dozens of repeat violations and unpaid fines. And he is calling for more funding for daycares. And I'm not joking.
When the only way to keep a roof over your family's head is to work 3 jobs, we're not doing our job to address access to quality housing. When you cannot find adequate daycare for your children and unwillingly leave the workforce to care for them,
Right.
we're not doing our job to ensuring safe and accessible childcare.
That's right.
When your children attend schools with crowded classrooms, we're not...
When I only have 7 BMWs for my family,
Yes, that is
something needs to be done.
That is not adequate.
Yes.
creating an environment where teachers can succeed and children can learn.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Access to resources I needed
Access.
to start my business has allowed my family to thrive.
I'll
Not
bet.
everyone
bet
has
it has.
access to those resources. And not just the capital, but the time to pursue your dreams.
Got it.
Boy, that's something right there.
Yeah, you love that, don't you?
Holy smokes.
Pursue
Get a
my
franchise.
dream.
Right, I know, right?
Robbing American taxpayers blind.
Yep.
That's why he wants to franchise Leering centers everywhere.
Of course.
Like at McDonald's now. They have one on every corner.
You know, we're just a few Leering centers away from having a top-notch soccer team.
That's
I'm just saying.
Right. You stand a better chance of get funded if that were the case.
Yeah.
But USA Soccer, look at that. We're going to go.
Big story is Maine, the Senate race. Graham Plattner may have to drop out because of the latest allegations. Woman says, well, yeah, he basically raped me. That's what she told Jake Tapper. One of his big backers has been Bernie Sandwiches.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Huge.
Sandwiches. He got irritated, too, when people ask him even about the Nazi tattoo.
Yeah.
So May's on X but when Bernie was all about the fine people hoax with Trump, and then put it when he's talking about the Graham Plattner tattoo.
When you have a president commenting on a march by Nazis and white supremacists, who then declares, well, there are nice people on both sides.
Fine people.
Mr. President, there are no nice Nazis.
But what about fine Nazis, Bernie? Which, of course, was a lie. It's not what he said in the context, but you threw that out there for years. And then it was the Graham Plattner thing.
Not overly impressed by a squad of media running around saying, what do you think about the tattoo on Graham Plattner's chest? Between you and me, there might be one or two more important issues.
Oh, okay. Would be, I don't know, rape be one of those? Because now Bernie is saying...
Oh, he's got to step down.
Yeah, he's got to step aside.
Yeah, that's Bernie now.
Well, John Fetterman says Bernie should be apologizing.
I agree, Fetterman. 100% agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I refuse to overlook that. But honestly, I would really call Bernie Sanders to apologize for pushing this kind of predator more than anyone he helped him elect, and now apologize to the victims, especially the woman that she claimed that he raped her. So I don't know why you want to keep pushing these kinds of people. Maybe he should consider set a few out and stop pushing these kind of communists and people. And now people, like P. Hustle now, he has been credibly accused of rape.
Yeah, P. Hustle's what he calls Plattner.
Yeah, that was
his name online.
He was a rapper, right?
P. Hustle.
Yeah, he was a rapper, though.
Graham Plattner?
Yeah, I think he did a rap record.
No.
Or he did rap performances.
No.
Better look that up.
I think you're confusing him with Mamdani.
Dude,
no.
If there is any Graham Plattner rap, we gotta have it.
All right, here
well,
we go.
if I may have mistaken, no doubt about
Let's
it.
bet 10 on it just to be safe.
But I thought that's where the P. Hustle thing came from, so maybe I'm wrong.
$10 on that?
No, I don't want to go $10.
Unfortunately, it's hard to Google it right now because Google wants to auto-correct it to Graham Plattner rape.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
P. Hustle.
We'll continue to search for that. Any evidence of that?
There's no way. There's no way.
I think you're thinking
want it to be true.
Mamdani.
I want it to be right, Scott.
I would love that to be true. My goodness.
Maybe I just dreamt it. I wanted it to be true, therefore it isn't.
It's all right.
That's my mistake. That's
Not at all. No one's going to accuse you of being...
I'll take a beating for that one.
Being yelling at clouds. Hey, he's the rapper. That guy. See? I think he rapped some stuff, that P. Hustle.
I thought the P. Hustle name.
I can't find any
Okay. All right. Darn
evidence.
All right. Okay.
Dang it.
DJ P. Hustle.
Man, David, you shouldn't have said that so fast about Mamdani. We could have milked him for $10.
No, I'm out.
Dang it. So as far as PMS now, with this whole story, they're heartbroken for the Democrats?
Yes. Again, man, this is part of the op right now, I think, is like I'm not saying that the woman is lying about it, but they've rolled her out, this new victim, this new accuser, to be sort of the perfect victim, one that can absolve everybody who supported him up until now.
Got it.
And you're seeing that play out in real time. I mean, here is, again, MS Now's Antonia Hilton talking about this.
Okay.
There's really two groups of people who I feel most heartbroken for, which is the woman at the center of this story, and then the voters of Maine, who so many of them have been crying out, wanting change, desperate for a younger person to represent them in the Senate, someone with new ideas to bring to the table. Democrats have been trying in that state to strategize about how to get rid of Susan Collins for a long, long time, and finally believe that they had a glimmer of hope here. And I imagine they're feeling crushed right now.
Oh, my gosh.
But it's okay. We're all feeling crushed right now. We were all blindsided by the guy who fantasized openly about raping somebody who broke into his house.
Yeah. Dude, when you've heard so many bad things about a person, Whether that person's like dating your sister or something like that. You're like, man, I've heard all these things. When you hear the next one, you're not so much heartbroken. You're heartbroken when you believe someone was really a good person, and then out of nowhere you find out they're a monster.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's like you got one winner after another with that party.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel really bad for the voters. Oh, please. Golly. What a scene. All right, it's that time. We do it a couple of times a day. Go around the table. It may not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. You want to bring it in. David, what's your story here?
Well, so Mitch McConnell, former Republican Senate leader, he's been out of commission for like 3 weeks. It had,
Dude.
there was a rumor that he had a heart attack. He had some sort of medical emergency that landed him in the hospital.
I saw a terrible rumor this morning.
Well, yeah, Laura Loomer put out that he's basically brain dead.
Yeah.
And now Scott Jennings, who knows him because they're both Kentucky guys, Scott Jennings said, I just spoke to my old friend Mitch McConnell this morning, the senior senator from Kentucky. He's still recovering in the hospital. Talked for about 20 minutes about Iran, Ukraine, the unfolding situation in Maine, visit to the Teddy Roosevelt Presidential Library, even a bit of Senate history. I told him we want to see him back to work as soon as possible. So that's basically his nice way of saying Mitch McConnell is not brain dead.
Okay. All right.
He's making a rap record.
I was going to say.
He's making a rap record.
Yeah. His name is PMAC.
He's making a rap record.
Yeah.
Everybody
Well,
knows
he's
that.
rapped before.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah.
You've heard it.
I've heard it. I've got his CD.
All right, Scotty, what's your story?
My story is this. Rabid lefty Stephen King sticks by alleged rapist Graham Plattner. That's the headline.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen King said Graham Plattner may drop out. He said, I really hope he doesn't. He went on to say, meanwhile, the abuser-in-chief just keeps on keeping on. Meaning Trump, of course. He said, tell you what, if you knew the whole truth about everyone in the Senate and the House of Representatives, those chambers would be dead empty. So I'm sticking by Graham Plattner. Thanks for that, Stephen.
Boy, oh boy. When everyone else is like, all right, this is it. This is done. He's saying no.
Well, he's a nut.
Still my guy.
That's another one of these guys. I realized, that sometimes it's very difficult to separate the art from the politics of these guys.
Yes.
It's like, and for me, King, I'm just done with it. I was a rabid reader of his books.
Okay. When's the last time you read a Stephen King book?
Last book I read was Gerald's Game, and that was a while ago. But I've read The Shining.
Yeah. It's not like he's still putting out a bunch of stuff that you're reading.
I don't know what he's put out in recent
couple
of years or so.
He
was writing a book about every 6 months for a while.
I was trying to. There was years I was trying to get into Stephen King as a writer, and it was boring. The best thing that he ever did was hand off his stories to like competent writers to make good movies, based on his stuff.
They were pretty good movies.
Misery is a great movie. We just talked about that a few minutes ago.
Okay,
The Green Mile.
Because I didn't read any of these books. All right. Are you telling me, is this just you, David? Is there a whole group of people out there that would say this guy is an overrated writer?
There's a lot of people who will say that, yeah.
Got it. Because sometimes you might have a gut feeling about something being overrated, and you might look it up and like, oh my gosh, there's an entire community that feels exactly like I do about this. So that's why I asked.
No, and
we have a mutual friend of ours who is in a club. Every time he releases one, he gets a copy of it.
Of a Stephen King book?
Yes.
Somebody we know.
We have a mutual friend, yes.
I can't imagine who that is.
Our pal Lloyd.
Really?
Yep.
Still to this day?
Up until at least a couple of years ago.
Wow, that's really surprising.
I don't know about today, but I just have a hard time with it now.
Real quick for my story, I'll make it fast. It's not that big a deal, and I don't want to spend that much time on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, because whatever. But there were a couple of NFLers that were at the wedding. One being George Kittle. As a Cowboy fan, I can't stand the 49ers, as a rule. It's hard not to like George Kittle on some level. He's just hilarious. Mm-hmm. He and Robert Tonyan Jr., they were invited to the wedding. They went. And they dressed in the tux as Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels wore in Dumb and Dumber. Now, that is freaking legendary.
That's outstanding.
That is outstanding.
So there, just want a tip of the cap. That was pretty funny there. I would guess that everybody thought that was funny.
I bet some didn't.
Well, then they don't have a sense of humor.
Some of those A-listers.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. Oh, great Nimrod in the news. Coming up in just a few, and a news update next.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-970-3355. That's 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355.
You don't need an economist to tell you your money doesn't go as far as it used to. Just buy groceries, fill up the tank, or pay a utility bill. The question is, what do you do about it? Sitting around hoping everything magically gets cheaper probably isn't much of a strategy. So before you make any big financial decisions, it's worth getting informed.
That's why you should check out Swiss America. They've been helping educate Americans about precious metals for more than 40 years, and they put together a free report called The Secret War on Cash. When you request your copy, you get no sales pitch, no obligation, just information explaining why a lot of people are looking at ways to help protect their purchasing power over the long haul.
Learn about your options. Do it today. Call or text 800-289-2646 or visit SwissAmerica.com/MVCR for your free report. Again, that's 800-289-2646 or SwissAmerica.com/MVCR. Tell them Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins sent you. Message and data rates may apply.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Yeah, a lot of people talk about the weight loss injections because they do get results, but a lot of people that want to lose significant weight don't want to mess with the needles. And some have heard about some other side effects, like loose stools, things like that. It's just, well, it's not for, that doesn't happen to everybody, but it has happened to plenty where that word gets out and people are like, yeah, I want to lose the weight, but I don't want to deal with all that other stuff. And if you're in that boat, there is something that's been working for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's an oral supplement called Lean. It works like the shots, no needles, and not those intense, there's no screen door action going, okay?
Oh, come on
now. Lean uses studied ingredients shown to help manage blood sugar, control appetite and cravings, and support your body to lose weight and keep that weight off.
Yeah, it's not for the casual dieter either. So if you're one of these people, couple 3 pounds here and there, I need some vanity weight dropped. Well, Brickhouse Nutrition designed this product Lean for the frustrated dieter. If you're trying to drop 10 pounds or more, well, let's get you started right now. 20% off plus free rush shipping. Simply go to takelean.com. The promo code on that is MVCR. Add Lean to your healthy diet and exercise plan. That's MVCR at takelean.com.
News update. David Van Camp.
Let's see. Virginia Democrat Elaine Luria is defending Graham Plattner. This is
unreal.
Yeah.
I'm singularly focused on this district, the message of what's important to people here in Virginia's 2nd congressional district. And they're always going to try to find a boogeyman and tie, the Democrat to whatever shiny new thing is going to scare people. But the truth is I have a proven record in Congress, and I'm focused on listening to, supporting, and then representing those people across this district.
So we've gone from believe all women to, well, this accuser is basically the shiny new thing, I guess.
Yeah, right. I'm not even going to talk about Graham Plattner. He's just the boogeyman.
Wow.
Hypocrites.
Oh,
just
now it may be true that the victim was coached up before she does an interview with Jake Tapper. I imagine she was.
I think she was, yeah.
Someone needs to coach up that idiot.
No kidding.
Like, just to understand basic messaging, for crying out loud. That was terrible. All right, we got to get the Nimrods. Here we go.
Going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrods in the News. We go to Kentucky, where a Ford worker got fired for stealing a $2 cookie. But he didn't really steal it. This is quite the tale, okay? I'll try to explain this the best I can. This dude, 60 years old, he's diabetic. He is a career electrician working the overnight shift. And this dude is very good at his job, apparently. He makes over $200,000 a year.
Oh, nice.
Doing very well. Works a lot of hours. Well, his blood sugar, he got a warning, needs something. So he goes to the kiosk, gets this $2 cookie, and you pay for it there.
Yeah.
There's a problem with the machine, and it's not reading the card. And so he leaves that area. Well, that part is caught on video. What the video doesn't catch is he goes to a different kiosk and pays for it there. However, he doesn't think anything about this until a couple of weeks later, and there's someone from the company, and they're letting him know, yeah, we have this on video. You stole the cookie. You're fired.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
He's got a union rep there, too. So you're fired. They didn't even give him a chance to get his tools together.
Oh, golly.
You have to leave the building. And it's not until later where he's saying, no, I paid for it. I paid for the cookie. All they had to do is look up the receipts to realize the guy actually paid for the cookie.
Oh, man.
And at the time, he's thinking, is this the way my employment's going to end? Wow. So you don't even look that up? So that's why that plant gets Nimrods in the news.
Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Oh, I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins, thank you for being here. News update, David Van Camp.
Well, the cows on The View brought on their favorite Republican, and that's any Republican that doesn't like Donald Trump anymore. It'd be Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Really?
Yeah, because she put out a tweet where she was saying that AIPAC, the American-based pro-Israel lobbying firm, was partially to blame for all the stuff coming out about Graham Plattner.
You mean like he didn't do any of these things?
Like the time, because I agree with the basic thesis that the timing of this is perfect for Democrats to parachute somebody in at the last minute because they have such a flawed candidate in Graham Plattner. That doesn't mean that it's all just completely made up.
Well, no.
And certainly I don't know that the Jews have had anything to do with it, because I'm pretty sure that if there was a secret cabal of Jewish people, they would have dropped this, sometime around the Nazi tattoo thing coming to light.
Probably so, yes.
Weird.
Did they put some sort of Jewish hex on him that made him rapey?
5 years ago?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Anyway, here's Marjorie Taylor Greene on The View.
Well, what I mean by that is it's unfortunate that rich donors that put Israel first are playing in American politics.
Well,
just like my friend
is American
Thomas Massey.
donors, to be clear. It's Americans who care about the U.S.
No. They care about Israel first. Israel's committing genocide.
You do know that under federal law, only American citizens can contribute to AIPAC.
Let me tell you, the future of this country is Americans are sick and tired of funding Israel's genocidal wars that are killing children.
Millions of Americans,
in Gaza,
including me, support Israel, for the record. That may be your
I don't
position.
support the government of Israel. I support people. And I support Americans, and I support our tax dollars being used for our purposes.
Do you see how this
However, AIPAC took out one of my good friends, Thomas Massey. Okay, and Thomas Massey worked for his district.
Thomas Massey lost because Donald Trump endorsed against Thomas Massey.
Thomas
to be clear, you're going to blame AIPAC now? Because it feels like blaming
Adelson.
Oh my gosh, it's going to explode.
They're just talking over each other.
Remember when we used to say Marjorie Taylor Greene was a nut, but she's our nut?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not our nut anymore.
Once they cease being your nut, then they're just a nut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Both sides have their nuts.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
And usually when you have a nut on your side, there's a little bit of upside to them.
Yeah.
Along with the downside.
Yeah.
Now it's just nut.
Well, you cringe either way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so what's her
even if
play?
it's your nut, you're like, oh, God.
The podcast circuit, I mean, that's kind of what a lot of these folks wind up going to.
To build something for the future.
Build a brand for themselves, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Building a brand.
Well, it is this interesting thing for left media now with the Blattner stuff. Because, they had him go on all the shows, and he was, pretty much guaranteeing there was nothing else that was going to come out.
Yeah.
Because it was, Mika had him on, and she was going to, be bringing the tough questions to Graham Plattner at the time with her.
Can you just talk about the nature of the sexting in terms of, can you call for the release of the Epstein files? And can you call out those who have abused women and not be conflicted in any way?
Yes, of course. I mean, I engaged in consensual romantic activities with adults at an earlier part in my life. That seems like a fairly normal thing most people do.
Well, not getting all rapey.
Well,
that's not the normal thing there. Yeah. Well, and on, the whole accuser, that whole bit, there was one clip that we hadn't had a chance to get to yet. Let's just roll it out here. Because I think, generally, she's telling the truth. There's some of it that's head-scratching about it. There's no doubt about that. But when she talks about the morning after that this all happened, like he was so drunk he couldn't remember anything when he had forced himself on her, and she said, Jake Tapper actually asked the question, did he rape you? And, well, if you missed that, this is what she said. Just for clarity's sake on this.
It seems like a fairly normal thing most people do.
Can you
No, not that.
just talk about the nature
No, not
of
that. Turn her off.
I was like,
She's
boy,
gotta go.
that's an unfortunate slip there, because he goes, that's just like a natural thing people do. Whoa.
Right. Oh, yeah,
No, it's
that's
not.
part
Exactly,
of it.
yeah.
Hold on a second.
No, here's Tapper.
Did Graham Plattner rape you?
By definition, yes. Absolutely.
Because he had non-consensual sex with you?
Yeah.
Forced himself on you?
Mm-hmm.
Even after you had told him no and fought him off?
Yeah. He violated multiple layers of consent that night.
And she went on to say in part of it that she felt like he was so intoxicated that if she would try to fight it off, it would have made the whole thing worse. Oh, my gosh. And then the morning after.
In the morning, he woke up and he went to go put his arm around me. And so I remember taking his arm and throwing it back at him. And I said, "Are you serious, Graham?" And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Do you not remember what happened last night?" He's like, "No." And I'm like, "Okay, I need you to get dressed and leave and never talk to me again. Like, nothing that happened was okay." And he did. He just got up and got dressed and left and didn't seem concerned.
He didn't ask you?
He didn't ask me a single question.
That is also very odd. Because if that's not your style and you don't remember anything, and she's saying it wasn't consensual, and then she sends you an Instagram message, 2 weeks later, to say, hey, nothing about that night was consensual and it was wrong, and you get that message, you don't say, hey, well, tell me what happened.
Right. What happened here?
But he did not do that.
Oh, he knew what happened.
So you think he does remember?
Well, of course he does.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, he's out.
Yeah. Sir, it sure seems like that's the way it's going to go. When Bernie is out there, like, saying, okay, fine, you got to step down. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
Yeah. By the way, I happened to see this story earlier out of New York. There is this dude called Sneeko. Have you heard of him?
In passing, yeah. He's a radical Islam guy, right?
Yes. Yeah. Also known as a provocateur. Mm-hmm. Real name, Nicholas Kendi Balanthese. Freaking right, I nailed it.
Sneeko.
Yeah, that's what he goes by, Sneeko. And I happen to see the clip where, he is saying, this is the Islamic Republic of New Yorkistan. You see this city? You see how it looks? Then it was, Inshallah, your city looks just like this too. That's Arabic for God willing. Yes. Saying this is what this is going to be. Every house in this city is going to be Islamic. Is going to be Muslim. So are you thinking he's just saying this to get clicks and to get attention? Or is there something to what he's saying? That is the goal.
Well,
make no mistake, that is the goal.
I think both can be true. I don't think it's going to happen in a city as large as New York, but I think that is the goal.
Yeah. But it's not talked about that much in the open, but it seems like it's becoming more so.
No, because right now there's still, a marriage of convenience between the socialist, communist, and Islamist.
Yes.
At some point, one of them is going to make a decision that's going to upset the other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you talk about a civil war there. That just doesn't go on forever. That's it's absolutely not going to happen.
25 years ago, if you'd have said that about Dearborn, Michigan, you would have went, well, that probably won't happen.
No, it's just a little bit at a time.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, another day it's, we got to have this. We should introduce this into the school for all of these different kids here. Well, we should probably have this space where they can pray out in the public. That would be welcoming, and that would be nice. Yeah, it's just an inch by inch, sort of thing. That's the way it happens over time.
Long game.
100%. That's the way it is. Other news out there. David, I wanted to bring this up to you. Happened to see this story that there's a study that kids pick up language biases from cartoons. And it's very common for villains to speak in non-standard and foreign accents, and then kids pick up the accents. Have you seen this at all with your kids?
With my kids, no. My kids don't watch a ton of TV.
Okay.
But I remember hearing this about Peppa Pig, where kids started speaking in British accents.
Yes.
Because they were watching so much Peppa Pig that was just their norm, or they would pick a couple of words.
Wow.
And where they instead of garage, they'd say garage. They'd pronounce it that way.
Hello, Daddy.
Yes. Are we going to go into the lorry? It's a truck. It's a truck. No, you are not saying lorry.
Oh, that's hilarious. Unless it's your kid and it's driving you crazy, then it's not so funny.
My son did drop a lorry on me once.
Really?
And I was like, where did you pick that up? From Gary's Garage. Nope, we're not watching that show anymore. We're here. You are not. No, sir.
No more Peppa Pig.
We're not doing that.
Oh, my gosh. One of the authors said, we were the first to actually see if kids internalize this. Their biases first appear at the age of 3 in the studies we've done, and it grows stronger with age. So, watch out what the kids are watching.
Well, yeah.
Crying out loud. The next thing you know, they're going to say my favorite sport is soccer.
I know.
And we cannot have that.
That's where it's like, hey, listen, I've never hit a kid. But, all right?
Yeah. Has anyone seen any of the numbers yet of how many people were watching last night when the United States went down in defeat?
I have not seen.
No, I didn't see anything on that.
Okay. We'll try to get some numbers on that. And then have you seen anything written like this is going to be like the dawn?
Oh, I heard it today on the way to work. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
For soccer.
Yes. This is the thing. This is the turning point. This is the moment. Soccer becomes the national pastime. Yes.
Again, man.
I mean, we've been hearing this for 40 years.
Well, because there have been a ton of kids playing soccer for a long, long time.
But they did,
But it still doesn't take over.
Doesn't translate.
No, because the stud athletes, once they get to high school, most of them wind up not playing soccer. They're playing football, baseball, and basketball.
Yeah.
I did hear somebody say it last night. Imagine if LeBron would have played soccer. How great of a soccer player he could have been just based on athleticism.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be a gazillionaire.
No, of course not. No, but I mean, if kids were to take that route, you're right, though, when you say that, yeah. Because they lose interest by the time they have other choices.
He would have been a great tight end. People have said that for a long time.
Oh, I think so, too. But any athletic event, I think he would have been really good at, yes.
But if you've ever heard like great athletes talk about, like say the choice between football and basketball. Mm-hmm. The guys will tell you, and I've heard football guys say this, like former pros. If I had the option for basketball, I would have taken that.
Yeah.
Because a longer career and you don't get beat up as much.
Right.
You're not.
A lot of people defer to football because they didn't make it in basketball or they didn't have quite the size or the length.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, if LeBron James is a tight end, he's not playing right now.
Oh, yeah, he's already done. He's been done for years.
Yeah.
And probably barely able to walk. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Gronk probably got out when it's a good time for him to get out when he did. All right, we got to get to a news update and the 5 stories we're watching today. It's coming right up.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-970-3355. That's 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins, and the 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2. All right, number 5, 4 energy companies officially have moved to Texas from Delaware. Well, because, they want the business-friendly environment.
What?
Number 4, at least 3 tankers were struck by projectiles in the Strait of Hormuz. I say 3 because there was a report that a 4th had been hit. Number 3, President Trump is in Turkey for a NATO meeting. Number 2, Democrat Senate candidate Graham Plattner is facing calls to drop out of his race in Maine and let another person run before next Monday's deadline. Related to that, well, somebody's hearing something because number 1, a pro-Susan Collins group is canceling TV ad schedules that had been booked for, starting Thursday. So they're like, well, there's no point in running the ads because
he's done.
Even if he's not done, the news is doing our work for us right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you happen to see this. In New York City, that this building is feared to be on the verge of collapse.
Oh, geez, I saw this. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Well, they're converting it into living space. It was a corporate office building. And I saw the video of a bunch of workers kind of standing on one floor, seeing the support beams just completely askew.
Yeah.
You're just bending.
And they are way more casual than I would be in that situation.
Yes. You figure they know something we don't, the structure, the main structure's fine, but just these beams are, what they say, bending like cigarettes.
Yeah, but
cigarettes break.
Yeah, they evacuated.
Yes.
Because they're saying this could collapse. This could come down.
And you got people standing around with their cell phones.
Yeah.
Videotaping it just in case it comes crashing down.
Oh, yeah. 37-story building. Pfizer used to have offices there. Yeah, that would be pretty spooky. Mm-hmm. And then there's the Charlie Kirk assassination trial.
Yeah.
Or at least the pre-trial.
Yeah.
Is what's going on. And there's some never-before-seen videos.
Mm. Yeah.
And you were talking about this off-air, David.
Yeah.
I've seen it, too.
They're having so I know that there's been the conspiracy wing that says that maybe Tyler Robinson, the accused gunman, was never even on campus. Well, they got a bunch of videos of him walking around campus.
Yes.
Including multiple videos of him walking in a weird way, like he's got at least a part of a rifle stuck down his pants.
Yeah, either that or he's got just, a peg leg.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of funny that given his relationship with a trans furry, he stopped to eat at Chick-fil-A. Even the radicals.
That would seem to fall in the... Yeah, that just doesn't seem right.
Well, he would have grown up eating Chick-fil-A. His family was fairly religious, right? That's what we heard.
They're haters,
Who's haters?
Chick-fil-A.
Well, if you're from the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, but boy, once you've had the Chick-fil-A, do you ever, say, I got to renounce it? Because I'm dating a furry now? The Chick-fil-A supersedes the furry, apparently.
You're not committed to the cause then, are you?
Yeah.
So, they've got a whole lot of videos out there of him walking around the campus, driving the car. They were talking about, they've been, basically what they're doing this week is laying out the evidence to prove to the court that they have a case to proceed.
Which for a lot of people is wild that they have to do that. Because a lot of us have already seen what they have.
Right.
But I know there's a bunch of people that don't believe it at all, which is wild. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins show.
Well, a lot of those people are flailing right now because they did not realize how much video footage was collected by the prosecution and just never released because, they want to save it for the trial.
Right.
And all the people with TPUSA are like, we told you we had multiple high-definition cameras all around there, and we turned it all over to the prosecutors.
Right.
They have it.
Yes. But, dude, I know one person that, otherwise very smart individual that is convinced that was an inside job from TPUSA. I don't get it.
I just don't understand where that comes from. And I like a good conspiracy theory. It makes no sense.
Sure. All right, we got to get to a couple of news updates and the Scott Robbins trifecta coming right up. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial. The Sexy Boomer, that's Scott Robbins. News update, David Van Camp.
Well, we go to Cambridge, Massachusetts. Well, I missed this at the time, but the woke city council listened to a bunch of liberal activists and disabled the ShotSpotter system in their town.
Oh, gosh.
ShotSpotter is a gunshot detection technology which can help alert police to possible gunfire, thus allowing them to respond to possible gunfire more quickly. Because a lot of times, if you have a dense urban area, if there are shots fired, people don't call the cops. Or they call the cops and give them bad information. In fact, CWB in Chicago has started documenting what they're calling Brandon's bodies, because Brandon Johnson also shut down ShotSpotter in the city of Chicago. And you hear horrible stories about people who just bleed out on the sidewalk because they're there for an hour before anybody shows up.
Well, ShotSpotter's racist.
That's what they say. Well,
that was the reasoning behind it, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Here were some of the cafeo-wearing weirdos who showed up to the city council in May to denounce ShotSpotter and urge the city council to take action.
I do not consent for my vulnerable neighbors in our welcome community sanctuary city to be at risk.
And to make sure we
Vulnerable.
hear from neighbors more directly impacted than I am, I will also be sharing a recorded note from a Putnam Gardens resident. He's unable to be here, but feels that ShotSpotter surveillance puts him and his family at risk.
Black and brown communities in Cambridge in very real danger.
That BIPOC members of the Cambridge community are more likely to be recorded by ShotSpotter and thus are more vulnerable to potential abuses of the data and recordings collected by the company.
Wait, yeah, okay. None of that is actually true.
Maybe stop all the shooting.
Yeah, that's one remedy, but apparently that's unthinkable.
Too much to ask.
Yeah, well, there's
too far, sir.
32-year-old named Javier Bautista who was shot and killed in Cambridge, and he was in an area where there was a ShotSpotter detector, but it's no longer functional. He bled out on the sidewalk alone for an hour before somebody stumbled upon his body. And
that's what happens.
There's a chance he could have been saved if they'd had this technology, because nobody called the cops or nobody heard the shots that killed him. His sister talked with a local news outlet, the local ABC affiliate.
And it sucks to know that something could have made any difference. And it sucks to know that my brother was laying on the ground alone for an hour.
Bautista.
Yeah. The liberals who infantilize especially communities of color have so much freaking blood on their hands. It's not surprising to me that they would support a guy with a Nazi tattoo in Maine.
Yeah. But they feel better about themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were speaking out about the vulnerable communities.
Mm-hmm. Anybody talk to the people actually living in the vulnerable communities about how they feel about it?
Well, no. Because if they actually went into those neighborhoods and talked to especially
real people about, real consequences, yes.
Yes, some of the single moms and the other women in those neighborhoods, they're like, something's got to be done about the crime.
Grandparents, I mean,
Not everyone, but plenty enough.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's crazy.
Not everyone. They never ask those people, though. They just decide for themselves that this is racist.
Yes.
Yeah. And people
and I'm sure they learned it at some woke university.
Yeah, or somebody told them that or whatever.
Yeah.
The over surveillance of communities of color is what they always
exactly.
say. But this isn't the same as the flock cameras.
No.
The AI facial recognition. This is something that it triggers a response if it sounds like gunshots have been fired. And you put them in communities where shots get fired a lot.
Yes. Well, you could go to, I don't know how many different cities across America, and here is usually the cycle of what happens, especially in these neighborhoods. It's rampant crime. A bunch of people get shot and killed, right? There are people in that community. It's like, where's the help? We're ignored. And it's sort of like crying race saying, we're ignored because no one cares about the black and brown people here. And then you have surveillance, and you're like, okay, we're going to police this area a whole lot more to try to crack down on the crime. Well, you're unfairly targeting these neighborhoods because of black and brown. And all you want to say to anybody is, it has nothing to do with the color of anybody. It's you're going to where the crime is and trying to stop it and trying to keep people safe.
Well, I mean,
it doesn't matter if it's the ghetto or the trailer park.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
It also... I mean, imagine saying it's racist because, I don't know, cops set up speed traps at certain parts of roads where they catch people speeding all the time.
Right.
Like, there's a reason why they hang out on that particular corner, because people fly down the road all the time.
I remember that. It was like from 88 to 93, they had it out for white guys with long hair in black Firebird formulas.
They did, huh?
Who happened to be speeding.
Yes. Unfairly targeted. Dang it.
Oh, I think it was fairly targeted, yeah.
Well, I was a victim, Scott. I just want to stick to my story.
The unlawful work.
I also think it's wrong that you have so many cops posted up around where there are a lot of bars. Like, it's almost like they're trying to catch people driving drunk.
Yeah.
It's not fair. That's discriminatory towards the drunk.
It's not like they don't have reams of evidence that this works either. I mean, they do.
I know.
Yeah. It works.
Yeah. New York Post saying Graham Plattner holding Democratic Party hostage, refusing to drop out unless he gets the name successor.
Well,
that's what sources are saying.
Well, I I've seen some of the political chattering class saying, well, he doesn't really have the leverage. What are you talking about? He has all the leverage in the world.
Sure.
He
doesn't have to go anywhere.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to drop out. Now, he may go on and lose in November, but he's got the Democrats over a barrel right now.
Yeah, he was duly elected to run.
He's going to lose.
Well, of course.
What does he care
knows
then?
it. I know. But he's more than anything. He just cares about the future of his state that he loves so much.
Sure.
If he runs and loses, he could become a martyr.
Okay.
My party abandoned me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Talk to Roy Moore about that.
That's true.
Yeah.
You guys got Roy Moore as your standard bearer there, don't you? Huh?
Good luck. All right, you ready for your big three, Scotty?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Are you ready?
1, 2, buckle my shoe on.
It's the 3 most important news stories of the day.
I hit the trifecta.
Well, at least according to Scott Robbins. It's the trifecta on the Markley Van Camp and Robbins Show.
Every day about this time, Scott Robbins' top 3 stories helped by his hero.
I'm Casey.
Hey, hello, Casey Kasem.
I'm ready.
Just got back from the Travis Kelce wedding, did you?
Nope. 3.
I don't believe him. All the cool DJs were there. Yeah.
He told you yesterday he wasn't there.
I know. That's just he was just kidding.
Give it up. 3.
He's abiding by that NDA, dude. He's not. You're not going to get him sued.
Yeah. He's not saying anything.
Now, that's not as tricky as it sounds.
His wife will start hitting him again if he gets sued.
She's brutal, man.
All right.
I ain't going to stand for it.
Well, you have.
What you got? What you got for number 3, Scott?
Students will no longer be able to take out federal loans to pay for degree programs that failed to return of investment. That's started, by the way. That's going on right now. It's response to a fact that graduates of more than 800 college programs across the country, including at institutions like the University of Southern California, New York's New School, make less than average high school grads year after year after year, getting a degree despite all of the effort and tuition money that goes into it. So the federal government says, well, no more money for you.
Well, somebody's going to sue.
Well, of course they will. This isn't done. I mean, not yet anyway.
I love this policy. I've been wanting this policy for a long time.
You have. It's like the It is like the Van Camp policy it came up with years ago. So it makes complete sense from a student perspective and from a taxpayer perspective to stop giving money to programs that leave students financially worse off. The HEA Group, a policy organization focused on higher education and economic mobility, used Education Department data to compare average graduate earnings from 32,000 bachelor degree programs around the country with the average high school student's wages, the high school graduate. According to the findings, 804 programs, 2% of all undergraduate programs, which graduate 40,000 students annually, were flagged as potentially failing the new policy changes. Graduates with music degrees from the University of Southern California, Juilliard, and the New School earned less on average 4 years after graduation than those with just high school diplomas. And it's not even close, by the way. Graduates of the Fine Arts Studio Arts program at New York City's Cooper Union pulled in just $24,900 on average 4 years out. And students with degrees in liberal arts as well as fine and studio arts from Bard College made slightly below the typical high school graduate, $34,571 versus $34,700 respectively. And they're saying this is going to end. We're not doing this anymore. And if we stop paying for these things through government loans, maybe these universities will stop offering them and actually offer classes that will earn money when you get out.
The countdown doesn't stop till we reach the top.
They aren't taking into account the trust fund of a lot of these grads, by the way. But,
yeah, no kidding.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that is true.
Scott Robbins, trifecta, the top 3 of the day, up to number
2.
What you got for number 2?
Oh, Patti LuPone. You know who she is? She has revealed that an LGBTQ cruise ship that she was performing on has been banned from entering Turkey. She's a big Tony Award winner. You would know her, I suppose, if you knew her work. I don't know much about her either. But she was shocked to learn, she said. She said, I'm shocked. The Atlantis cruise I was performing on has been banned from entering Turkey. We're like sailing to Turkey. No, you're not. Turn it around. Not welcome here. A ship, a magnificent ship, full of these jovial gay men and me. denied entry in Turkey simply because of who is on board. Probably should have understood how Turkey deals with things before setting sail to that end of the world.
Also, maybe give a shout out to the good old-fashioned US of A, where we won't ban you.
No,
you're gay.
not at all. The queer scene in Turkey, it's been said, is small compared to more liberal countries.
Yeah.
They said you got to be careful when you go there because it may not be safe for you.
They really don't understand how the freaking world works, do they?
They do not, and it is amazing to me.
Good night.
Now, there'll be other stops on this ship as well into more favorable countries.
But we got a bunch of people on the ship that said gays for Palestine. Woo!
Right, yes.
Performing in Gaza one night only, and I mean one night only.
Buddy.
So Betty Lupone didn't have to work that night. Yeah, there you go.
The Scott Robbins Trifecta, top 3 of the day.
And finally, one.
I'm all about collectibles, and we have a new one. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding, making its way into the collectible world. An eBay seller has listed what they claim now is a handkerchief from the couple's July 3rd wedding. New York City, the couple's TNT monogram, and the lyric, "So it's going to be forever." It's listed right now at $100. I don't know where the bidding will stop or where it is currently, but that's just one of the many things apparently that will be offered up at some point in time by guests who decided to take a few things and then bank them later.
The collectible part of the story with Mr.
Yes,
Robbins.
Got to have that. Got to have it.
Yeah.
Give it up.
Wow.
And there you have
listen. I got a couple of collectibles of you, buddy.
Scott thinks I still care.
No, I got old AT-40s I hung on to.
The Scott Robbins Trifecta, top 3 of the day. Well done as always, Scotty.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Well done as always, Scotty. There you go. Okay. Oh, man. That Little League money wasn't supposed to go to strip clubs and ED pills, was it? Nimrod's in the News is coming up, and a news update in just a few right here.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected! Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war!
You should see the look on your face. At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird! All right!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-970-3355. That's 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355.
The Markley Van Camp and Robbins Show. No, it's true. You don't need an economist to tell you your money doesn't go as far as it used to. All you got to do is go to the grocery store or fill up the tank or pay a utility bill. Everybody feels it. The question is, what do you do about it? Sitting around hoping everything magically gets cheaper probably isn't much of a strategy. So before you make any big financial decisions, it's worth getting informed.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen, and a lot of people are looking at precious metals right now, especially for their retirement. Check out Swiss America. They've been helping educate Americans about precious metals for more than 40 years. They put together a free report called The Secret War on Cash. When you order it, you get no sales pitch, no obligation, just information explaining why a lot of people are looking at ways to protect their purchasing power over the long haul.
Don't wait until the rising costs, by the way, force you to start asking questions. Learn about your options right now. Give them a call, 800-289-2646, or visit SwissAmerica.com/MVCR. You'll get a free report. Again, that's 800-289-2646 or SwissAmerica.com/MVCR. Tell them MVCR sent you. Message and dead red supply.
News update, David Van Camp.
Well, looking at the preliminary hearing for the trial of Tyler Robinson, the guy who is accused of assassinating Charlie Kirk, they're laying out a pretty good timeline of him on the campus, climbing up the stairs, getting onto the roof. It's a pretty far away surveillance video of him getting up on the roof, but they believe that this matches up with other clearer pictures from right around the time that he fired the shot.
It'll be interesting to see how all of this plays out. All right, thanks for the update. Nimrods of the news, it's time.
When the going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Dean.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrods in the news, we go to Las Vegas. Our friends in Vegas may already know this story. Former board president of a Little League that serves families in the area has been arrested. This is after the league's board sent a letter to families notifying them of financial discrepancies in its bank accounts.
Uh-oh.
Steve Rodriguez Prado, arrested and posted bail, charged with one count of theft. That's ranging from $25,000 to $100,000. 2 counts of forgery, 1 count of a convicted person failing to register with local law enforcement within 48 hours. What are we talking about? According to the arrest report, Prado spent $65,000 on casinos, air travel, strip clubs, ride shares, video games, erectile dysfunction medication, and car insurance.
My goodness.
The Little League money. Yes. Well, a strip club like $1,351, including an $800 bottle of Don Julio, 1942. Also left a tip of $433.
Candy.
Also, $294 for the erectile dysfunction medication Blue Chew.
He was trying to make sure that she finished med school, okay?
Of course. Yeah. Then you got Robert Fleming, who is now running things, said, I wish it was like the old days when you could stone criminals with rocks and have the kids throw baseballs at them.
Oh, man.
And that's Nimrods in the News.